Second morning, nice and sunny. Well, you can see this pitch. You can see the 12 foot from the batting crease, how it's been cut for the spinners, but they've played no part in the game. It's these areas where the seamers have been bowling, and why are the West Indian bowlers getting more out of it than England? You see these grassy areas here? I believe that the West Indies fast bowlers are taller than our lads. They're faster bowlers, so they bang it in from a great height, and they bang it in wide of the crease on these green, grassy areas here. This pitch has had 2 roll-ins this morning and yesterday in between inningses. But you see all these grassy areas, when the ball hits these are very fresh, the tufty areas, the ball hits that from a great big tall fast bowler, banged in hard, it bounces up alarmingly. And I just think they've got more pace, more height, they come wide of the crease, and they just are better bowlers on this than England. But quite frankly, it's not the greatest test pitch, but it's actually not as bad as England's batting made it yesterday.
Just as I said, a stiff examination in prospect for the England bowlers. We join the second day now with the third ball of the first over. It's Dominic Cork bowling to Brian Lara. 1 run has been added, and that came from a no ball.
Big shot and got him. Brian Lara is out, the third ball of the morning. Dominic Cork is celebrating, the England team is celebrating, and that's exactly the start to the day that they would have prayed for.
I think this is perfect start for England this morning. Dominic Cork, of course, coming in with real aggression, and it would be very difficult, I think, looking at the slow motion replay, for the umpire not to have given that one out. You could see the leg stump. Brian Lara seems to be in front, and I think umpire had very little a chance not to give that one out. So the perfect start, the very perfect start for England this morning.
Hand off the bat, but the ball is through. Brilliant piece of work just inside the boundary, but Matthew Maynard signalling that it wasn't quite in time. Either he or the ball hit the rope. 4 runs. Oh, flicked away off leg stump. Well, Sherwin Campbell, every time he ends up on the ground like that, manages to smile with it. But that was very close.
The thing about this ball, I think, is that it didn't bounce as much as Campbell expected. It was not a bouncer, and the umpire did not signal one for the over.
Well, now there's trouble. If he hits, there's big trouble. Well, Sherwin Campbell on the deck again, but for different reasons.
A serious miscommunication here between the batsmen. There's an old adage that says you should not run on a missed field.
Well, it's just a question of how quick the outfield is, and there's your answer. No chance of catching that one. .50 for Sherwin Campbell, and what a way to go to it. Wide of off stump, but that was as hard hit as anything we've seen in this test match. And continuing a very good run of form by the Bajan. Or more. Well, this is becoming a big problem now for England. Runs are coming too quickly.
Oh, yes, indeed. That was plumb, or so it looked from where we're sitting here. We'll have a second check on the replay, which is something we can have, but the umpire can't. 141 for 3. Jimmy Adams gone. Cork again has slipped in something that looked to me to be a little quicker. Just beat the stroke played by Adams.
Quicker and didn't bounce as much.
.141 for 3 now. 64 to Sherwin Campbell, who is calm and purposeful out there. Not having a problem, and he's just been joined by his skipper, who's had a few on this tour. Great player, great batsman.
God. Lovely straight bat.
You don't really want to let those get past you. This ground is very, very fast. Grass is short, weather's hot. He gave that a bit of Larry Dooley. It was wide enough for him to throw the bat at it, and he certainly did. A beautiful stroke. He played really well this innings, Sherwin Campbell. Timing is superb. No room for error so far as the bowlers are concerned. What a beauty. What a cracker. Campbell, who's played so well, has been defeated by Cork, who's been magnificent. Just 21 away from a century at Test match level, and Dominic Cork has knocked him over.
Yes, I think he's done him a little bit for length here, and the ball didn't get up too much. He's played back to a ball that, well, perhaps he could have played forward. They prefer to play back, the West Indians. They play on harder pitches at home. That's a very fine innings. I'm sure there's a lot of disappointment not making a century. He missed out at Lords, he missed out here. But it's another good innings in his learning process.
West Indies 156 for 4, and Arthur than the new man. Well, there's that stroke again where he's got his footwork just struggling a little. Still got it away to the boundary, but for one fraction of a second, Fraser might have thought he was through.
I agree, Richie. He seemed to fall over, did Richie Richardson. You watch him here. Most people hitting that through mid-on. That foot gets right over too far, and then he falls off balance.
Well, Stewart's got it. It's just a question of whether the umpire thinks he hit it. Would need to be two noises there, because the second one would have been part of the clothing.
Well, he's certainly close. But I can tell you, I wouldn't be walking for it. I'd be waiting for the umpire to make up his mind.
That's a good shout. Just see the batsman's weight falling over, and Cork bowling wicket to wicket from so close to the stumps.
Yes, I think this was just going down, but causing problems. Not a lot there. You see, they get tucked up, the feet don't move. They don't like this wicket to wicket. They're not used to it. Shot. Yeah, that ball sat up again, a bit of uneven bounce, but it didn't sat up or sit up quickly.
Angus Fraser. Oh, just out. Just out. Took a long time for Ian Robinson to decide there, but he's a man who always takes his time over decisions. Agonising it can be for the batsman and for the bowlers as well. Keith Atherton has gone LBW to Fraser for 8. The 4th wicket down this morning and the 5th in the innings. Junior Murray on his way out now to take Keith Atherton's place. It just straightened a little bit, that ball. Looked as though it pitched around about middle and leg and just straightened there. So, the question for umpire Ian Robinson is extending his right arm and his index digit there was, is it pitch in line? Would it have hit the stumps? And the 5th West Indian wicket is down. Good shot. 2 men out there waiting for the catch, and the junior has split them. Good stroke.
Junior Murray here, ready to take up the challenge. Darren Gough is going to bowl short. More often than not, he's a very aggressive bowler, and Junior Murray just deciding that regardless of 2 men being on the boundary, he's going to go for the shot anyway. That's the way he bats.
Another one, just as good a shot. And a no ball as well. There's a nice start for Junior Murray. The softest, juiciest half volley you'll see straight after lunch, first ball. And Junior Murray has smashed it away through extra cover.
Yeah, it's a shot play with the consummate ease. Usually plays everything on the onside. This was just an effortless little off drive and it shot away.
That's very well bowled. If the England bowlers can do it, must bear in mind what effect the West Indian bowlers might have. That ball has continued to climb all the way through on its way to Stewart.
Yes, it was a ball as well that Richie didn't really have to play. It was certainly a very good ball.
He's given that a tremendous belt. Junior Murray has smashed that straight down the ground. Great shot from a late order batsman.
Yes, it was very full and gave him width. Got plenty of bottom hand into that. Well, that's his strong area, Junior Murray. 4 more, down to behind square leg. You can't afford to give him anything on his pads, on his legs. He does hit outside to in, mid-off, and all through the onside are his favourite areas.
Oh, he's picked it up. That's a wonderful reflex job from Stewart. It was dropped by the man at second slip, and how Stewart got across there to take that, we'll not know until we see the replay. Junior Murray was looking very, very dangerous. 26 for him from only 24 balls faced, and England have the 6th breakthrough.
Yes, I rather have the impression that he didn't quite have to play this. A little bit of width going away, and a simple catch, spilled, and great reflex. And it was actually great reflex because first slip went with his left hand, and that would have put Alex Stewart off as well, but he still held the catch.
It's just left the batsman a fraction, just there. Hick, out, Atherton didn't quite touch it, which is a good thing. And Stewart grabbed it. Wonderful reflex catch. 198 for 6 now. And that was looking really dangerous with Junior Murray. Played very well, played some lovely clean strokes. Some excellent bowling figures for Dominic Cork, 18 overs, 5 maidens, 4 for 46. He's been off the field, went to hospital, suspected fracture in the index finger of his left hand. He's come back with it strapped and has come back on the field, but there's no fracture.
Well, that's loosened the shackles as far as the West Indies captain is concerned. It's a shot we've seen many a time over the years, but not so much in this series from him. England's bowlers have regained control since that opening partnership of 73. Four runs, short and wide, and got exactly what it deserved. Even if Richard Richardson didn't really time it, he was early on the shot. He did quite well to reach it. Oh, dropped him. Low and quick. Once again, you've got to say, tight situations, you need to catch those. Gone through without the edge. Always the feeling that something's about to happen here, but the wicket just not coming.
That's as good a ball as he could have bowled, just outside off stump.
And 4 more. Well, it's either the edge, past the edge, or 4. So exciting cricket for this crowd here. They can hold up the scorecards. That's beaten Dominic Cork. That won't please Angus Fraser. Not a man who enjoys any runs coming off his bowling, especially if there's even the slightest hint of a misfield.
Well, that was a fantastic shot. A very hot welcome for Darren Gough. A no ball to start with. But that was like the old Richie Richardson. Good shot. And see how Richie Richardson actually maintained his balance so much longer, much stiller at the crease. Batsman out of form, falls over, probably jabs the ball onto his foot, it runs out on the leg side, but the man in form stays up straight, head over the ball, and that's the result. And the 250 comes up. And with those last runs, the 50 partnership came up as well. All sorts of milestones, but all achieved by the batting side. In the air, it's caught him, and the slow bowling does it. It was the line that really did it. Bishop's such a good player on off stump, gets right forward in orthodox fashion, blocks and drives, but suddenly a ball comes down along middle and leg, and he scoops it to mid-wicket.
Well, it was a nice little floated lollipop going down leg side, and he just chipped it straight to mid-wicket. If it had been a batsman, he'd have knocked it off for 4, but he's a very talented bowler. But he did make a very fine 16 runs before he chipped this to mid-wicket. And believe me, 16 doesn't sound a lot, but in the context of this game, 16 is very important.
So Kenny Benjamin is the incoming batsman.
That's a super shot. That's the sort of Richie Richardson shot on the up. that he used to play in his best form. Watch this, off the back foot, on the up, that's the Caribbean drive.
Well, it didn't quite go where he wanted it, but it's 8 runs from 2 balls. And a very, very good knock from Richie Richardson. Not one of his prettiest, not one of his most flamboyant. A little beauty for the West Indies.
Oh, beauty, absolute beauty from Peter Martin. That's where he wanted the better batsman at the crease. It was too good for Kenny Benjamin. Four runs, just over pitched. And even Kenny Benjamin taking advantage. Didn't have to move the feet. The ball arrived. All he needed to do was get the bat onto the ball and he'd got his runs. Great shot, lovely shot. England have 3 men on the offside attempting to save both the ones and the boundaries. That was beautifully placed. Oh, just past the outstretched hand. It was a miscue. Peter Martin with a little bit of a desperate dive, just tried to reach it, couldn't get there. Well, they're coming back for the third, and he's not going to make it. Well, we'll have to wait and see. Kenny Benjamin was keen to get Richard Richardson onto the strike, and he had to take on the arm of Michael Atherton. Well, it needed just probably a slightly flatter throw. It wasn't a bad throw, just always that yard to bring the ball down to the stumps, and that's the key moment there. Well, that really is as close as you can get. Well, there you have it. That's as marginal as you will ever get with that sort of decision. Well, the bat has got to come over the line. It's part of the bat, something must be grounded over the line. On the line isn't good enough, and that was just how close that decision was. So Kenny Benjamin is run out for 11, adjudged out by John Holder with the aid of our television pictures. What you must say, what you can say about this decision is that Ian Robinson absolutely right with such a critical decision to say, let's go to the third umpire. And you can see there the bat hasn't crossed the line, it isn't grounded behind the line. The bail is already just leaving its socket at the top of the stumps. And so that is a good decision, it is the correct decision. And chance of another one. Well, he's hit, and guess what? Successive balls, Ian Robinson making absolutely sure again that the decision is going to be right. He correctly took that option first time round, was proven right. John Holder played his part. For some reason here, Courtney Walsh was herring down this pitch when his captain was trying to check where the ball is. And a great piece of work here too. Direct hit, not a problem with this one. That's well, no worries here.
And I think this one is a little bit easier for the third umpire, John Holder. The ball is hitting the stump just about now. I think Walsh is run it by at least, I'd say, 4 or 5 feet.
Well, I must admit, on that occasion, I would have thought that Ian Robinson actually could have taken the decision himself without really having to check. Courtney Walsh run out first ball. He hasn't faced a ball. He isn't going to face a ball in this innings. And a gift there for England. 292 now for 9. It brings Curtly Ambrose to the crease at number 11. Curtly Ambrose, of course, nursing that groin injury that is sustained bowling in England's first innings. Great shot. He's really launched into that, Richard Richardson. It's gone over the top of cover. Bounced 20 yards in from the ropes. He knows that with Curtly Ambrose at the other end, what runs are coming in the rest of this innings are largely down to him. And so any opportunity must be taken. Edged away. In the gap, straight along the ground. Curtly Ambrose has 4. And the West Indies have 300. So a good psychological mark for them to have passed.
Oh, and he's played it on. The end has come for the West Indian captain. Wonderful innings by Richie Richardson. So responsible, so cultured and so controlled. Plays on ball phase of a 69. And the West Indians are 300 all out.